Hi, welcome to SBR Forum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak, and this is our weekly betting recap call that we do every Monday with Doc, the head linesman at Legend Sportsbook, where we take a look back at the previous week in betting and weekend in football. We're taking a look back now at college football Week 12, NFL Week 11. We're heading into the Thanksgiving week right now as we speak. Doc, thanks for being here once again.
No problem, Peter. Thank you.
All right, so let's start with the NFL. It seems like there's a lot of games that were probably a little bit bad, but I'm thinking that the result in the Houston-Jacksonville game probably saved your weekend, right?
That would be incorrect.
But I mean, I would think that like the public maybe bet Houston minus the points, and more importantly, Houston, didn't cover their 6 and 7 point teasers.
No, they don't bet Houston 6-point teasers. They'll put them in 10-point teasers, which got there.
Right.
You got to dip under 7, and no one's going to play -9.
No.
The basic teaser games were Dallas and Denver, which both covered. The biggest public sides were Green Bay, Cincinnati, and New Orleans. All three won.
Right.
And the biggest chart game of the night, Baltimore-Pittsburgh, falls 3. So there's no way I could have made money Sunday. No.
Really? Wow. So it was another losing NFL Sunday for you.
Yes, for not just me. You can ask anybody.
Oh my God! Wow. I knew it. I knew it when I was doing all my videos this week. I was saying like I'm nervous for the books. I'm nervous for the books. Was this as bad as Week 9, or how bad was it?
No, nothing was as bad as Week 9.
Right. Okay.
And also Tampa was bad too. I got lucky. I got a little bit of like some of my squares actually piled in on Carolina late. I got real lucky. Or I would have got destroyed on Tampa too. But I lost my 3 biggest decisions, which was Detroit, Raiders, and Kansas City.
Right.
And I lost the main teaser game, which was Dallas to Denver. So, like I said, there's no way, there's no way to make money unless I'm betting and laying it off, and I don't do that. So.
Right. I mean, when I was previewing this week, from like day 1 up until like the last video I did on Friday, I said I'm nervous for the books this week, and that's exactly why. I was like the Pats, or not the Pats. Sorry, the Pats was one of them, but the Packers, Cincy, and New Orleans. I was like, those are obviously going to be huge public sides. I personally bet the Packers and Cincy. I was like, I think they're also good sides. It's exactly that. Why didn't you guys make the lines bigger?
Well, you do what you do. I mean, the quote-unquote wise guys took 3.5 on Green Bay, and they were even taking 3+05 on the 3 side. But, you got, like I said, you got so many customers and stuff, and, if you start getting on the other side and rooting against your core customers, I guess you're supposed to go broke in the long run. But, right now, they're doing a lot better. Like I said, I'm glad I got some shots, and I'm glad they bet Detroit. I'm glad they bet, a few bucks on the Raiders. They bought the 7, -1/4 and stuff. Without those bets, it would have been a complete clusterfuck.
Right. I mean, like the Cincy game.
But yet those guys bet, and you see that, and you're going, well, maybe I should be rooting against these 2,000 or 5,000 other guys, unless these 5 or 6 guys are right. You know what? Those 5 or 6 guys are getting shoved up their ass just like the books are.
Right. I mean, like the Cincy Kansas City game. Were there sharps actually taking Kansas City?
Well, if you put up 3.5, you were dead. Yeah, they took every 3.5 you could find.
Really?
They were taking 3. They take 3+05. They wouldn't take 3 even necessarily. It's just one of those things. You're just like, Chiefs did okay last week against Pittsburgh. Maybe I can win this game. You know what? No, I can't, and I didn't. The worst one was the Raider game. I never thought I was ever going to win that one. I actually thought I had a small chance in Detroit, a small chance in Kansas City. So I was willing to bite the bullet on those,
Right.
But,
I'm just saying.
At what point were the Raiders ever looking good? And that's a line that should have opened 7.
Yeah, it's like I was looking at these lines.
All week.
I was looking at these lines. I remember what kind of lines beat you. It's when they have these like 3.5-point road favorites that should be like maybe 6.5, maybe
7,
maybe even 7.
You know what?
Right.
They should be 7, so I can put up 9 dogs 50. You don't have to take no fucking teaser. That's what they should be.
Right. Wow. Unbelievable. Wow, the NFL, tough game. So it was a losing weekend. Well, then, including college, I mean, there was probably some good results in college.
College was okay. College wasn't a loser, but Sunday took it away.
Wow.
That's bottom line. Saturday was okay.
All right, so let's look at college because there were some interesting results in college. Stanford, of course, beat Oregon outright. Baylor beat Kansas State outright. UCLA beat USC outright. Were those all really good results for you?
Of those three, only UCLA was really good. The other two had mixed bags. I mean, a lot of Stanford money. A lot. If you read the forums, even you can see where people were picking Stanford. This was the week, they were picking Stanford outright. I mean, a lot of these guys. I mean, it was just one of those games where the public liked Stanford, and they were right. They deserved to get paid.
So it was actually a losing game for you, the Stanford game.
That game was a loser.
Wow.
Kansas State was a small winner. The only really good game was UCLA USC. That game was really good.
All right. And what were some of the other good games for you on the college card?
There wasn't many. I won the Purdue-Illinois game. Got myself in the back for that. Going down the list. Oh, another thing. Just like last week when Northwestern was getting all the plus money.
Yeah.
Same thing this week. I mean, the wise guys bet Michigan State late. Still didn't matter. I got buried with public Northwestern. It was unbelievable. Wow. Oklahoma, West Virginia was good. Lost the total huge, but the side was okay. Looking down, Missouri, Syracuse. I actually snuck out a winner. Got destroyed in Oklahoma State. Another one, Ohio State, Wisconsin. How the was Wisconsin 3? I mean,
Yeah.
That's another game I just got torched on. I should have. The line stunk. The other team should have been favored. So, can't blame anybody for winning.
Yeah, what about that Utah State-Louisiana Tech game? That's, I'm sure that was probably a break even for you, but it's just interesting. Sharps were on both sides, goes to OT, and then Utah State winds up covering.
Yeah, you know what? It was almost like that was the weirdest game I ever saw.
Yeah.
Every time I went to 3, I got late 3. Every time I went to 3.5, I got took 3.
Yeah.
And there was no, I go, well, it might fall 3 in overtime so I can get destroyed. That was, I'm right, it was a big wash. It was a huge chart.
Right,
but
right.
It was just nothing game except a little bit of juice.
All right, so college was in general a modest winner then, overall.
Modest winner, yeah.
All right,
exactly.
and then in the NFL it was a loser.
Sunday was, yeah.
So was Saturday and Sunday combined a losing weekend?
Yeah.
Wow. And you think that was industry-wide, for sure?
Industry-wide, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I have more, what you want to call it, public squares, whatever you want to call it. I don't know if it's industry-wide or not. I did okay in baskets for the weekend.
Right.
I mean, it was 1/100th of the action, but baskets started out okay. So I'm just hoping every schedule I see has 300 basketball games on it, I guess.
So what games did you win with? What results were good for you in the NFL?
You noticing the dead air?
Yeah. You didn't have any winning games? Come on, Doc. People are gonna say this guy's full of shit again.
Houston.
Okay.
Houston was great. I mean, I won the Cleveland side, but the teasers, I needed Cleveland to beat the teasers. So up 13-0 halftime. The second half comes 7. I go, yeah, okay, 7, yeah. And then I see Pinnacle at 7, dog 40. Give me a break. I'm using 7 minus 15. I'm begging somebody to bet me fucking Cleveland. I'm giving away +7 minus 05. I got a bunch of wise guys that bet it. Unfortunately, the same wise guys had teasers along with the public, so it really didn't fucking matter.
Right.
At least I swept a little bit of the money.
Wow. All right. Hey, losing week once again for Doc. People are going to come in and say this guy's full of shit. He's always whining, complaining that he's losing, and they're going to put up the little smileys with the tears and the wah, wah, wah. But, I mean, you really did have a losing week, didn't you?
On my mother's grave.
And they keep on saying, they're always like, yeah, Doc, 80% of his weeks are huge winning weeks, so, he's full of shit and blah, 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 blah. But, all right, let him keep saying it. All right, then Monday night, the Bears at San Francisco. I mean, this game is completely wacky. What kind of action what's your total position on this game?
Well, I need Frisco to win by 10.5 and go over 41.5. How's that look?
Wow.
Pretty good, right?
Yeah, because you're saying everyone put the Bears in the teasers.
Well, mostly the Bears and, all under. Yeah. It's just, I'm sure Frisco will win by a field goal. We're rolling into Thursday.
Yeah, man.
I've given up rooting. I'm just willing to pay now.
All right. Well, we will see how this upcoming Thanksgiving weekend, it's going to be a huge volume weekend, right?
Oh, gigantic, yeah, for sure.
Gigantic. So
yeah, Thursday is actually 3, okay competitive games. Unfortunately, I don't want it to be competitive. I want all 3 games to be blowouts, but we'll see what happens.
All right. Well, maybe you'll have a huge weekend this week, and you'll be able to come back next Monday and tell us that you made a killing on the Thanksgiving games, and then Sunday NFL was another big one.
You know what would make me happy if the refs walked out again and I got those jokers back that did me a favor. Right. The end zone, the Green Bay. I need a replacement ref back. That's the bottom line.
All right. Well, thanks once again for doing this call with us, Doc. Good luck this week. We'll talk to you again next week.